What's up, boys? UFC 314 is tomorrow, and I've made some changes to my parlay video that I dropped the other day. We're going to get right into it with the main event. And after seeing the press conference and the weigh-ins, and after seeing Volk, you know, and listen, the UFC dropped this video, and it kind of made your boy tear up a little bit.
Minha mãe, meu pai.
Listen, seeing Diego Lopez cry like that, man. Listen, I don't want to say it either. I love Volkanovski. I do. He did his thing. But Diego Lopez is a plot armor, man. Volk is getting old. Coming off of 2 KO losses back to back. He's going to have PTSD in there. And Diego, look, he hasn't seen his mama. He left his mom 11 years ago when he left home. He remembers when he was very clear with his mother and father. And when he's with his brothers, that I will be able to come back home only when I can give them a better life. And he's sitting here crying.
Mas não vou poder.
Oi, meu filho.
Oh.
Espero que você, quando veja esse vídeo, uma motivação para você, né? Que Deus possa estar contigo neste momento.
Só agradecer até onde você chegou, meu filho. Pra mim é sucesso.
So they bring everybody around and they say like, oh, like we love you. You got this. Look, bro, he's crying. This is the plot armor. This is the plot armor.
É muito bom saber que tem tantas pessoas que me apoiam, né? Principalmente minha família. Eu deixei eles tem 11 anos atrás que eu saí da minha casa. Eu lembro.
Yo, seeing Diego Lopez like this, very upset, crying, like this. Seeing Diego Lopez like this is upsetting. But this gives him the plot armor. He's crying about him not being able to see his mom and his family. And Volk is just depleted. So we're going to go with Lopez. That doesn't change. Moving on, boys. We got Michael Chandler versus Patty, the baddie. We're still going with Michael Chandler. Michael Chandler's going to knock Patty out. He's going to knock Patty out. This fight is for 5 rounds. This is Patty Pimblett's first 5-round fight. Patty Pimblett's last 2 were Bobby Green and Tony Ferguson. You guys know who Michael Chandler's fought? Come on. His last fight was against Charles Oliveira. Patty Pimblett wouldn't last 25 minutes against Charles Oliveira. Michael Chandler lasted 25 minutes against Charles Oliveira. Made it competitive. Yeah, he lost, but he was coming off of a 2-year break, wanting to fight Conor McGregor. So give him props there, and he's making a quick turnaround. And Patty Pimblett's never fought anybody like Michael Chandler. Not even to talk about, just his ranking. Just anybody who's going to just, push the pace forward. And you lost that Jared Gordon fight. You're going to lose against Michael Chandler. You're not going to be able to take him down. He's a D1 wrestler. Moving on, boys. Yair Rodriguez versus Patricio Pitbull. I'm going to change my bet. I had Patricio Pitbull. We're going to go with Yair Rodriguez. After seeing Yair Rodriguez turn up, he turned up on Diego Lopez. He turned up. He was acting crazy. He's like, oh, you jumped my homie. Bah, 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 bah. We're going Yair Rodriguez probably by a flying, spinning elbow. Flying, spinning elbow knockout, probably in the 5th round in the last 2 seconds by Yair Rodriguez.Moving on, we're locking Bryce Mitchell, by the way, right? Gene Silva missed weight and was sitting here speaking in tongues on the UFC show. I just dropped a video about that earlier today. This is probably dropping like an hour right after. And he got super mocked at the press conference.
Why do I promote good events?
He's trying to get everybody to bark.
3.
Nobody barks. And then listen to Bryce Mitchell's pop. Bryce Mitchell gets a way better pop.
Down in my day.
I put a lot of dogs down in my day line. Way too cold. I already dropped a video on that. And I wasn't supposed to show this yet, but Sean Woodson. Sean Woodson's a lock. Sean Woodson is a lock. Moving on, boys. Hey, we're sticking with Dominic Reyes. He did fight John Jones. He won that fight against John Jones. Don't even look at the scorecard, but don't look at the official results. But we're going to go with Dominic Reyes over Nikita Krylov, okay? Hopefully Dominic got this. I'm a little worried. I saw his physique. I'm a little nervous, but Dominic got this. Moving on, Sean Woodson's a lock. I mean, did you see the video? Did you see the picture I just showed you guys? Head taller than him. All he has to do is just move back. That's a move backwards. That's about it. Moving on, boys. We're still sticking with Jan. Everybody else below here is still the same. We're gonna run through it really quickly. We're sticking with Yan Zonoman, you know what I'm saying? She's Chinese. She's gonna run it up. She's strong. She's wilding out. We're gonna go with Yan. Moving on, we're gonna go with Chase Hooper. Yeah, Jim Miller's old. He's like that. But Chase Hooper's more than likely just gonna submit Jim Miller. You know, he's just gonna more than likely submit him. But don't get me wrong, Jim Miller's a dog. He has like 40 something fights in the UFC, 46, 44, something like that. Moving on, we're going with Julian Erosa. I'm pretty sure we already picked Julian Erosa because he's a prospect killer. I'm pretty sure he's the only person who beat Sean Woodson. He's the only person who beat Sean Woodson, so we're going with Julian Erosa. That never changed. Cedric Dumas. This fight's a little, very close. I'm going with Cedric Dumas, but I would kind of stay away from this fight. I would kind of stay away from this fight. But I'm going Cedric Dumas. I'm locking that in. This dude wanted to fight a guy named 4Extras from No Jumper. If you watch No Jumper, you know who he is. He's super big, rolling 40s crip. He's crazy. Just look him up. 4EXTRA or 4XTRA, some shit like that. But Dumas was about to squabble him up. You got confidence like that. I got confidence in you. We're going Cedric Dumas. Moving on, Sudamajeri versus Mitch Rapasso. We're going Sudamajeri. I don't really know anything about this guy besides he only has one name and no last name. You know, moving on, Trayshawn Gore versus Marcio Tulio. We're going Trayshawn Gore. That's my dog. His eyes are a little bit close together, but I fuck with him. He's funny. I see in his interviews he's like that. He's a dog. He has chin. Let's go. Trayshawn Gore, we out here. Nora Cornhole versus Haley Cowan. We're going Nora Cornhole because in the name, even though she had some like weight issues, I always say stay away from the women's fights, but what can I say? Anyways, boys, I had to run it down for you real quick because my parlay changed. I'm ready for this fight. I'm ready for the squabble. You know, I'm excited. I'm excited. Peace, boys.